So Rolly Romero and Manny Pacquiao. What's the holdup? What's the holdup? Come on, y'all have to tell me what's the holdup, because I don't care if this man has a mandatory, Rolly Romero. Okay, there's exceptions to the game, and the WBA knows this. You know what I'm saying? The WBA know this, and they playing foolish games. Why is the mandatory such a big deal? And this is not the first. This is not the first time that the WBA played Manny Pacquiao. It's not the first time. Okay, they took the belt from Manny Pacquiao when it came to Ugas, and then they apologized. Let me show you to remind you.
Good. Oh, thank you. How are you? Thank you for being such a nice man. Thank you. Thank you for all the understanding. You know, you trying to do business, you know, but I was fooled. But I'm sorry about it. No, I was fooled. No problem. I know, but
it'll be settled tonight in the ring.
You don't need to say sorry. Just you doing your job and. But anyways, I had to do it personal, Manny, because you have behaved like a real gentleman, and you teach lessons to others, you know, so it's kind of, anyway.
But did you let him know about the 100 years and the centennial?
Yes, that's one of the things. After the fight, I don't know if I go directly to Manila, because I know you're busy there. You're going to be, this is 100 years of WBA, centennial. You're going to be a champion, like honorary for life. You know, I have a belt that made the process. He's getting the ring. It's going to come to resolution afterward. It doesn't matter whatever it is. I appreciate it.
This is a lot to do about stalling Manny Pacquiao and not giving him no momentum and holding him up. And wait a minute, I thought it was Manny Pacquiao was supposed to fight Mayweather. And I thought Mayweather was supposed to fight Mike Tyson, right? And when did he announce that? When Crawford was fighting Canelo. And then when you hear Rolly Romero wants to fight Manny Pacquiao, and I'm hearing all these stories about Manny Pacquiao don't want to fight Rolly Romero. All right? So he doesn't want to fight Rolly Romero. And he's so worried about, Manny Pacquiao's so worried about his son and everything. Manny Pacquiao's son already had his fight. Now the fight with Rolly is up in the air because the WBA is saying, oh, I think it's in Chakram or whatever. He's been waiting for this fight, the mandatory counts, and all this stuff. Now, I'm going to let you understand something. There's a line to be skipped. They did it with Earl Spence. They put him at the 154, right? So the WBA or the WBC or the IBF or the WBO, they could make the rules and exceptions. And guess what? The WBA, they apologized to Manny Pacquiao when they took that belt from Ugas. Took that belt for him and gave it to Ugas. But this is about stalling Manny Pacquiao, not giving him no momentum, just for burials, right? So now we're going to see this Rolly fight. And I say to myself, Rolly Romero got the power. Now, if he doesn't want to take the mandatory, all he have to do is let them take the belt. Say, here, take your belt and let somebody fight, an unknown person fight for that belt. But I am the man. I could pick and choose. But see, this got a lot more to do about the WBA. This has to do about Mayweather too. And I'm always going to put this in the mix because Mayweather at the time at one time, I am Al Heyman and Al Heyman is me. We are one. Or Cubics or whatever's who we have control right now instead of Al Heyman. But I know Mayweather, he wants Rolly Romero to fight Devin Haney. And I ain't got no problem for that. They should fight. That should come first. Just like Benavidez should have came first to fight Canelo. But did it happen? No, it didn't happen. So there are exceptions to the rule, and they know exactly when to make the exceptions. If they don't want to make no exceptions for Rolly Romero, and they talking about, the mandatory is so necessary. Okay, is that going to put any money in Rolly Romero's pocket? No. But what about Manny Pacquiao? Yeah, so if they want to strip you, yo. Strip you. Push come to shove. Put their back against the wall and say, okay, who you want to represent your belt? Me? Or the mandatory? And let the belt go up for grab. if this is what Rolly wants, he just fought Ryan Garcia. He's in a winning streak. His name is hot. So let's see what the WBA do. Because I feel like the WBA and the PBC don't want Manny Pacquiao to get this fight. They don't want to give him no momentum. And if Manny Pacquiao do beat Rolly Romero, well, we could see a fight with Devin or any other boxer with the belt. So these are my conspiracies, and this is what I feel. Hey, if Rolly don't want to fight Devin, I feel it's wrong. He should fight. They both got belts. But at the end of the day, you know what? Let me get in the car. I just came out here to feed my chickens and see what's up with the cat. Meow meow. What's up? What's up, meow meow? I gotta go, right? Let me finish this up. But I feel it's a lot of stalling because 1 minute you want to fight. I think Manny Pacquiao and Floyd, Money Floyd, was supposed to get a bag from Netflix. A big bag? Yeah, he's supposed to get a big bag. What happened to that? We're still not hearing about that, right? And I keep saying, Manny, stop worrying about Floyd Mayweather. Go your way. Go your way. You went and fought Barrios, fight Rolly Romero, and I know Rolly Romero wants that fight, and I also know Manny Pacquiao wants that fight. I know a lot of these channels telling you, oh, he don't want, he's not concerned. He's concerned about his kid. His kid just had a draw. Okay, let's move along now. What are you going to do? Pamper him? What's going on? He just had a draw. What is his next fight? His fight's not even coming up next. Manny Pacquiao's son. So what are we talking about? And Manny don't want to fight with Rolly. Rolly got a belt. You don't think Manny want to break his own record of being the oldest welterweight champion? Come on, man. Stop playing the foolishness. And these are the freaking narratives that's out there. These are the narratives that's out there. So let me go in the car, man. All right. So I'm in the car now. So let's do a little bit of research on what's going on, the update, not from the narratives from these channels that's against Manny Pacquiao, but let's just hear some mutual situation with Manny Pacquiao. Come on. So I'm going to hear what's going on here. Being the oldest ever welterweight champion with a fight against the WBA title holder Rolly Romero linked in the recent months, yet the WBA mandatory challenger Shakram listen, whatever, all right, has been patiently waiting. He's been patiently waiting, giving somebody to step aside, right? Awaiting the opportunity to fight for the title himself, and was ordered to face Romero back in October, seemingly putting the end to talk of Rolly Romero Pacquiao. However, in an interview, Pacquiao advisor Sean Gibbons revealed that an exception for the fight might be granted, allowing Romero to proceed with a showdown against boxing only 8th division world champion. However, in an interview with Fight Hype, Pacquiao advisor Sean Gibbons revealed that an exception for the fight might be granted, allowing Romero to proceed with the showdown against boxing only 8th division world champion. There's discussions of March. Rolly asked the WBA for exception. See, Rolly asked the WBA for exception. So there are ongoing conversations for the fight. Let's see if they're going to give him an exception, right? Gibbs then declared his fighter willingness to attempt to unify the belts against Ryan Garcia if later is able to overcome Barrios in February, and Pacquiao managed to topple the Romero. If Ryan beats Barrios, that's the fight naturally going to fight. Okay, Gibbons also went to review plans for Pacquiao's son, Emmanuel Pacquiao, to fight on the Romero-Pacquiao bill. Although the 24-year-old will hope for a better result than he had on Saturday night when he fought Lally upon the professional debut of a draw. Wait a minute. Isn't Ryan fighting Barrios February 21st? Yeah, he's fighting Barrios February 21st. But I remember and I recall that the fight with Rolly Romero and Manny Pacquiao is supposed to have it in February, right? So I see that they pushed it further to March. So we can see what's going on with Ryan Garcia and Barrios. Now, if Ryan fights Barrios and he defeats Barrios, well, I can see the PBC telling Rolly Romero, take that fight better than taking the Manny Pacquiao fight, which is cool. It can happen that way. Ryan brings in numbers, but he also lost, right? So, you know, but he can still bring in numbers, right? So it'll be Rolly Romero decision. But let's go back to the WBA, because in that little thing I read just now with that, Rolly Romero is asking the WBA for exception. Now, in the beginning of the video, I showed you when they did Manny Pacquiao wrong, Mendoza, right, with the WBA, and he apologized to Manny, and Gibson was there and everything. It was like, yo, I'm sorry, you know. And Manny's like, you had to do your job. No, he didn't. That job wasn't supposed to be done. It felt to me like something was going, a brown paper bag was going under the table, because a lot of shit happened. Errol Spence, he pulled out because it's my eye, right? And then all of a sudden, they just put Ugason with a 2 weeks notice, right? And then they stripped Manny. And gave the bout to Ugas. Now, we know these sanction bodies, they do the awkward things. They do it to Terrence Crawford. They do it to Benavidez. They do it to all these things. But I'm going back, because I'm reading between the lines. Rolly Romero's asking for the exception. Can I fight Manny Pacquiao? And the WBA apologized for what they did to him with Ugas and said, we're going to give you a 100-year WBA champion belt. Man, fuck your mother cunt belt. If you apologize, show you apologize by giving this man, Rolly Romero, the fight with Manny Pacquiao. Because all I'm hearing these narratives with these ninja channels is, man, Manny don't want to fight. Why would he want to fight? Why wouldn't he want to fight? He fought Barrios. Was he a PBC fighter? He wants to fight. He wants to fight Rolly Romero. But I know the higher ups, and I'm sorry, this is my opinion. I might be wrong. But I don't think Mayweather, and he is the boss. And if he's not the boss and it's called Rubik's Cubics, whatever these ninjas want to call him, or what I want to say, Al Heyman's not in the picture, and you can't say Al Heyman is and Mayweather is one because Al Heyman's not there no more. It's always going to be somebody saying something. It's always going to be saying, I don't know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, this shouldn't take too long. The mandatory shouldn't count. Remember Errol Spence went up to 154. He was number one. Do you remember when Errol Spence cock blocked Terrence Crawford? Got in the ring to fight the Inferno and shook hands with him and cock blocked Crawford for fighting him, right? But the fight never happened. Listen, I'm not here to talk about no Tank. I'm not talking about no Errol Spence. They're not in the picture. When they get back in the ring, then we could talk. But I ain't wasting my breath on people that ain't doing shit. Okay? So, right now, I feel like if Rolly's asking the WBA for exception, it should be done. If it don't get done, I'm just thinking about a brown paper bag on the table to stall Manny and to wait to see if Ryan beat Barrios. Now, if Ryan don't beat Barrios and Barrios beat Ryan, where are we going? How much you going to stall? Because all you're doing is waiting for Father Time to knock on Manny Pacquiao dome, right? And say, listen, man, it's too late, man. I can't give you another. I can't give you another fight, man. You just got to draw. It's either you get on your decline or we're gonna make sure you're not gonna win this fight with Rolly Romero. Now, who do I think is gonna win? I don't know. Because Father Time could knock on Manny Pacquiao door any day. But he did get a draw with Mario Barrios. And I feel like when Manny has momentum, he gets better. You see what I'm saying? He gets back his two-step. You know what I'm saying? His shuffle step. He gets back. The power's there. It ain't going nowhere. But he gets back his momentum. And this fight with Rolly and Manny Pacquiao is a good fight to me. It is what it is. And like I said, if Rolly Romero wants to fight Devin, the mandatory don't mean nothing because champion over trumps mandatories. But if Rolly don't want to fight and he wants to fight Manny Pacquiao, if he beats Manny, he got momentum. He's moving along. He beat Ryan, he beat Pacquiao. Wait, hold on. Let me ask you something. If Manny beats Rolly, do you think Devin should get that fight with Manny Pacquiao? If Manny Pacquiao beats Rolly, do you feel that Devin should also get the fight with Manny Pacquiao? I do. And whatever happens to that fight happens, because guess what? If Manny got a belt, ain't that some shit? Manny was in the era of See, this is why I like Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao. You're always going to hear me talking about these two, right? You know, but one thing that Manny Pacquiao got over, like Terrence got over Manny Pacquiao, is Terrence got the undisputed 3 times. But one thing about Manny, he's in everybody's era. And they don't like that, dog. They don't want him to sit down somewhere. But guess what? They were saying that same shit when he fought Thurman. And if we had listened to these dudes talking about, go sit down, man, we will never see that fight, him being the world oldest welterweight. And we got a second chance. You think I'm going to listen to these skunts? You think I'm going to listen to these mother cunts talking about, oh, I want Manny to go down on the shield if he have to. He still got some in the tank. This is the kind of man he is. If he needs to fight and he needs to get dropped, and then that tells him, yo, I need to stop, that's it. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not making a big deal about this. I'm not making videos all day, every day. This is a boxing channel. But I venture off to other things, so you will see other things about politics, gender war, and stuff like that. But right now, I think this channel, this video here about Manny being stalled is true. And I'm going to just be honest with you. This is my opinion. I might be wrong. So it's this opinion, right? But I feel that Mayweather don't want to see Manny get more attributes, you know, just overcome obstacles. I don't think Mayweather wants that, man. And I could tell by how Mayweather always announced a fight when a big fight is about to happen. He did it with Crawford. He did it with Crawford, dog. He said, I'm going to fight Mike Tyson. Who cares? Fight Mike Tyson. But why you got to announce it when Crawford's about to fight Canelo? And then after that, we're talking about Netflix. Now, if you money Floyd, right? And you got that money on the table, well, your name shouldn't be money if you ain't going to take it. But I think it's a stalling tactic. I think that shit ain't going to happen. And if it do, man, I hope it's not an exhibition. I hope it's a real fight. But you know, Mayweather's talking about his faculties and, you know, it's in the family, memory loss. And you know, I keep my brain sharp and I do puzzles and stuff like that. But if it's genetics, it is genetics. It is what it is. I saw that interview, right, that he was talking recently. And he wants his faculties. So I guess his faculties, you shouldn't be calling him Money Mayweather unless it's an easy fight, right? Don't work harder, work smarter. So I got no problem with exhibitions, but I don't believe that Manny deserves an exhibition with Mayweather. And I feel like Manny Pacquiao should never stoop low to fight Mayweather. Don't get a hard on to fight Mayweather. Move along. You was in Errol Spence time. It didn't happen. And if you beat Rolly Romero and you get a belt again, you accomplish 2 things. You beat and you overcome breaking your record to be the oldest welterweight, not once, but twice. You've been in so many other people's eras, and you have the right to fight Devin Haney. That fight, and Devin Haney has the right to fight, just like Rolly Romero did. And if there's a money fight, I agree. Now, like I said, I agree that Devin Haney and Rolly Romero should fight, just like Benavidez had 2 years to fight Canelo. He should have had the fight before Crawford, even though I'm a Crawford fan and a Manny Pacquiao fan. But this is the exception. Are the WBA going to make the exception for Rolly Romero and Manny Pacquiao? Or is that brown paper bag is to stall Manny and make him wait another whole year, right? Until Father Time hits him over the head. Because I will never forget what the WBA did. They stripped him, and the PBC and Errol Spence and putting who gets in a 2-week notice. I will never forget that. And it seems like the WBA is forgetting that you did this man wrong. Fuck your 100-year belt of being a champion for WBA. Redeem yourself, you bitch-ass sanctioned body. You bitch-ass sanctioned. And look what's going on with all these sanctioned bodies right now. Right? So I believe if you really feel sorry for Manny and what you done, well, give him this chance right now. If not, it's all foolishness and bullshit and just stalling. Listen, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. It's not what they say, it's what they're not saying. I mix the lies with the truth and truth with the lies. At the end of the day, you love lies and you hate the truth. That's what it is. I haven't been making boxing videos, but I've been watching boxing. My mind been on other things. And as you can see it on my videos, you can see I make videos about other things also. And I will continue to do that on this channel. And when the time comes, we'll talk boxing. Until then, I'm not in cyberspace all day. I live in the real world. It is what it is. And I'm not here to make money. And I don't want no sponsors. I don't give a fuck about none of these people, man. I come and I go. And that's not authentic for you and real. I'm not making no money. I got my money somewhere else, dog. This is just a hobby. When I retire, if I feel like going all in, I'll go all in. If not, I don't care. I really don't. I don't care about cyberspace no more. I really don't care. I come and I go when I want to vent. Like, get the fuck out my face.